pro tip, if somebody is ever shooting you because they want to kill you, don't, like, try and get away. Just, like...
Play that!
That seems stupid as...
Fire truck.
to me.
Journalish!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Journalish Podcast.
Indeed.
The only podcast that... I don't think we're the only podcast that does anything, so... We're the podcast that includes Oscar Sex Hour.
And Hailey Person.
That's right.
The ones and onlys.
The ones and the onlys.
Mm-hmm.
So on this podcast, this is our pilot episode. Well, that's crazy.
If something goes wrong, this may never see the light of day.
And if it does see the light of day, God help us.
Yeah.
So this podcast, we both work in the news.
Do you think we're at liberty to say, like, which...
Oh.
Or we just keep it at, we work in the news industry?
Yeah, we work in the news industry, right?
For privacy reasons.
Privacy reasons. You could probably find me online, but don't go look me up. Yeah, right. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring you the hardest hitting news stories, kind of.
Yeah.
We're at least trying to bring you some news that you might find a little bit interesting.
Yes.
So
or may have flown under the radar and you never heard about.
Exactly. So something that'll it'll knock your socks off. So Hailey, would you like to hear what story I have picked to share with you today?
Yes, I would.
All right. Cans of fresh air from Lake Como on sale to tourists in Italy.
What? This sounds like a Lorax situation.
They are right here.
Lake Como air. Oh.
Wow. Let me see if we can get this on camera. It'll be up behind us. This is not a green screen. This is just here. Like the cans are actually just.
They're just right there.
Yeah.
If you look over yonder.
They're there.
That's what it is.
So, now, I did not do the reporting on this. I will be completely honest. I got this from CNN. Izzy Ronald and Barbie Latsa-Nadeu. Shout them out.
Okay.
Good reporters. Or maybe.
Maybe. We're going to find out.
Here we go. For tourists returning from vacation, a camera roll full of photos and a suitcase bursting with souvenirs are usually the closest they can come to bringing a piece of their holiday destination home with them.
Okay.
But now, communications company Italy Comunica says it has bottled the very air of Italy's picturesque Lake Como and is now selling these cans for €9 and... Do they do cents? I should probably have looked this up.
I was going to say, what's euros to...
Okay, so it's $11.
Okay, $11 US.
So to get one can of air is $11.
That's like this with liquid in it was like $4.
But did it come from Lake Como?
No, Texas.
No, this came from Texas.
This came from Texas, don't you know?
Now, each can is said to contain 400 milliliters of 100% authentic air collected from Lake Como. Now, this begs the question.
Yeah.
Could you have less than 100% authentic air?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Who's regulating whether...
The air?
Yeah.
Also, define air, right? Because air has, like, oxygen in it.
Yes.
If maybe somebody was smoking the day that they collected it, there's probably some cigarette smoke in there.
Maybe someone took a shit nearby and there's, like, poop particles.
Poop particles? I would hope not.
PFAS. That's water.
You could probably have PFAS in it.
What if it was in water nearby and it just
evaporated?
Right.
Osmosis its way into your air?
Yeah.
Something like that. Well, anyways, this air, 100% authentic, is collected from Lake Como, a destination that has become increasingly popular with tourists in recent years thanks to its beauty and its celebrity associations. Who do you think lives on Lake Como?
Lake Como. Wait. Trump. Just kidding.
You would
You would
think
imagine he'd have a home there. Probably.
George and Amal Clooney.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's a big one.
He's a big guy. They also filmed Casino Royale.
I've never seen that.
I haven't either. I know it's James Bond.
Okay.
It's James Bond. And House of Gucci.
Yes. Okay, I've only seen half of that.
Maybe you've seen the half that was filmed at Lake Como.
Maybe. I'd be like, hey, you can get a can of air from there. Just saying.
You could bring a piece of that movie home with you, kind of. Well, it would have had to have been canned while
the movie was
being filmed.
Yeah.
So, now to continue, in an attempt to capitalize on these increased visitor numbers, marketing specialist Davide, first off...
Davide!
Yo, shout out
There's
Love
a
Island
bad
UK.
story, yeah.
Shout
We
out.
love Davide.
Davide.
Wasn't he one of the ones that all the girls were like, oh, Davide
He was-
is proper fair.
He's proper tall, dark, and handsome.
That's my kind of man.
So, Davide Abignale.
What if it was the same Davide on Love Island?
We could do some research.
We
Hey,
could.
pull up Davide.
Yeah, we'll pull up the guy.
Hey, Chris, pull up Davide. Chris is our...
Live studio audience.
You couldn't hear it. She said Davide who? Alright, originally created an e-commerce site selling Lake Como posters. That's reasonable.
People probably buy that for reals.
And he started selling them after seeing so many posters of San Francisco and Los Angeles on his honeymoon in 2022. Okay, so you gotta capitalize on it. His latest initiative, though, selling canned air, aims to, quote, create a souvenir that could be easily transported in a suitcase for tourists and something original, fun, and even provocative, a spokesperson for Italy Comunica told CNN. Okay, what does that mean? How is a can of air provocative?
Did someone make it while they were naked?
That's gotta be the only... Like, what else could it be?
No, another reason why you should buy my can of air is because it's made in-house in the nude.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
According to the Oxford Dictionary, provocative is defined as causing annoyance, anger, or another strong reaction, especially deliberately. So it doesn't have to be spicy.
Okay, so...
See, when I think of provocative, I think spicy.
I think you ever seen Blades of Glory?
I have.
It's shoot, what song is he quoting? It's my humps,
my lovely lady humps. Are we gonna get copyrighted for that?
Probably not.
Okay.
But it's provocative. It gets
Right.
the people going. Exactly.
This is provocative. I get it. I understand now. Now that I'm educated.
Davide says, it's not a product. It's a tangible memory that you can carry in your heart. Once tourists are home and have opened the can, they can repurpose it as a souvenir pen holder. Okay.
That's a stretch.
So first off, we're going and spending $11 on a can of air. A can of air. And then we are deliberately opening it to get rid of that air that we spent $11 on so we can have a pen holder? Come on now.
That seems stupid as
Fire truck.
to me.
Now, another question. Maybe I should have done some research on this. But another question I have. You can't, bring a tube of toothpaste on an airplane. You can't bring, a bottle of water.
Right.
Can you bring an empty can of air? I feel like TSA sees that and they're like, actually, no.
I mean, let's say, if you brought this in a carry-on, that's a no-no.
Right.
But, a checked bag...
Maybe.
It's not likely that they're gonna question something like that. I feel like they more so look for, drugs or...
Well, yeah. That's why you just put those up your ass, but...
Right, because that's just what you do.
That's just what you...
That's common knowledge.
Everybody knows if you got
I've done
drugs.
it, you've done it.
Who hasn't put drugs up their ass?
Poor Chris, she's like... She said, I've never done that.
Yeah.
Me either.
Not everybody is on board with the cans of air. Como Mayor Alessandro Rapinese said it wouldn't be his first idea for tourists, sorry, Alessandro, I probably messed up your last name. It wouldn't be his first idea for tourists, and would prefer that they take home other souvenirs, like silk scarves the area is known for. Okay, I would much rather get a silk scarf.
Right, like instead of a stupid can of air.
Where's this, Italy?
Yes.
An Hermes silk scarf, that's like $300 minimum. Yeah.
Okay, this is cheaper. Maybe the mayor is just like, we need to drive up the economy, buy our silk scarves.
But like, Lake Como is like a touristy spot, is it not? So like,
if you're going on vacation to Lake Como, as somebody that can't go on vacation to Lake Como, I'm imagining you have money.
Right. I would assume so.
I would assume you have money.
If you're gonna, I mean, depending on where you're coming from. Like, if you're someone from the U.S. going there, you've gotta have money.
Yeah.
If you're someone that like lives in London and is going there, that's significantly easier to get there.
I was gonna say,
right?
Yes. Well, see, funny enough, about London, there's a line in here later. 2020, one company began selling bottles of authentic air from England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. So you can definitely buy cans of London air. That is definitely.
I don't know if you want to do that.
No, London air gonna smell like fish and ass and pollution.
Okay, I haven't really been to many like big cities. But when I went to Boston, that shit, not everywhere, but a lot of spots. Whoo, smells like straight sewer.
Do not go to Washington D.C. Same thing.
Really? Like, why is that? They just had like, are their pipes not deep enough? Are they just like super fucking gross in there? Like, what's?
I think there's just too much like pollution. But
Things
but
cooking?
that doesn't make sense though, because when I went to Japan, that place smelled like you couldn't even smell it. Like it would smell like street food. You know what I mean? Like that's all it smelled like.
Right.
Was what you were supposed to be smelling.
Right. And like I said, it's not everywhere, but there were like specific streets, and I was like, oh, it's coming, and it's the same smell, just in different. Anyway, I don't know.
Well,
continuing on.
So, God, I'm really good with Italian names.
Oh.
Chiara Piscatelli.
Piscatelli's right.
Piscatelli. Miss Piscatelli, who sells the canned air in her bookstore in Como, said it was a real gadget. Now, I did do my research on this one, and I found the definition of gadget. A small mechanical or electronic device or tool, especially an ingenious or novel one. First off, we've already proven you can buy this other places.
Right.
Not ingenious or novel.
No.
Second off, ain't nothing electronic about a can of air, bro.
Not at all.
No.
Even if you were to repurpose it as the pencil holder.
No. You
like, that's not...
It's sitting there, bro. In conclusion, tourists can... Despite the apparent novelty, Como isn't the first Italian tourist spot to offer a can of its finest air. The idea actually came from other ideas like Naples. So, like I said,
this exists somewhere else.
This exists everywhere. Why are...
Is this supposed to be like a joke? Like, I'd be like, oh, you went to Lake Como? Did you get anything cool? Yeah, I got a can of air. Like, as a joke?
I guess.
Because, like, there's no way people are, like, buying that as something that's, like, sentimental and, like, serious.
So I think the real takeaway from this story is that this story is a joke, because this is not news. You can buy this everywhere.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, pranked ya!
Prank, is this fake? I think our producer, Chris, what do you got for us?
Wouldn't the can of air depressurize on the flight home?
Oh, and blow up?
You should figure that out. Figure that out, producer.
Alright, we need you to do some math.
Alright.
We need you to do some
physics degrees coming in hand.
The can is 400 milliliters, and if you want to take a look at it, I will say it does look like pretty thick metal. That does not look like the thinnest metal.
It's like a can of tomatoes.
Exactly.
400 milliliters. Well...
I have to like lean forward, but the chair just like went with me.
Keep that in. Well, okay. I need to know more than just 400 milliliters. Like,
no, that's all you get.
Figure it out. You have 30 seconds.
Alright.
In conclusion.
Yes.
What? Listen, if it's my job to market a product or a place, or we're really marketing a place here,
right?
You can do a whole lot better than a can of air.
Yeah.
I would, because air, you can't really quantify air.
No.
I would rather buy like a small jar or baggie of like dirt. Now, eventually you'll run out of dirt.
Or you could just do what every tourist does and like get a little teeny thing and like scoop some sand in there.
See, you can do that.
That's
like
free.
that's free.
That's free, bro.
And it won't depressurize in the plane potentially.
And kill everybody.
Right.
Yeah. Well, so that's what I've got for you today, Hailey.
It was immaculate.
Thank you.
I have learned something new that they really do sell air.
Air.
In a can.
You can buy air.
Will I do it? Probably not.
I'm not planning on it.
Producer, I need your computer unlocked.
Okay. Well, I was also planning on grabbing a notebook to do math. So.
Okay, great.
Oh, that's important.
Important.
There you go.
What? Don't look at it. Don't look at it.
I'm cheating.
What? I'm right here.
I'll wait till she
Oh, you can't even see it.
Any other things we want to talk about? A can of air?
Well, actually, now that I'm done with my first story, or the first of two stories, it's time for the ad break.
Oh.
Today's episode is sponsored by
this ass.
Poppy. No, I'm just kidding.
We're sponsored by Lake Como. Their air.
Period. How much are they giving us?
Exposure.
Exposure.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I love working for exposure.
Yeah, we love working for free.
All right,
so fun.
So tell us what's going on here, Hailey.
So I'm gonna switch gears. You had a really fun, lighthearted story.
Of course.
Mine is a little bit true crimey, which we knew I was gonna do.
I imagine this is how this is gonna go most weeks.
Yes.
Yes.
So I have an article, but I also feel as though some context is necessary. Porque this is a case.
Of course.
And so if you're not familiar with the case, which I feel like a lot of people are, it is the Menendez brothers.
I know of these guys.
Okay. So I'm going to start out with the backstory, a very brief backstory. So
here we go.
It was a cold August night. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. But it was August 20th, 1989. Jose Menendez, an executive at RCA Records in Los Angeles, and his wife Kitty Menendez were shot and killed in the Beverly Hills mansion.
Quick question.
And I have an answer.
Is Kitty a real name or
that is like her face? It's like Caitlin or something.
Okay.
It's her full name, but everybody called her Kitty.
I just need to know because I've heard the name Kitty before, and it always feels just a little too fake.
And it feels like it should be strictly for an adult situation.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't like that back then, but like now I definitely feel like Kitty
Kitty?
Yeah, it's like a...
Like maybe in the 20s, like you go,
yeah.
Hey, how's it going there, sweet tits?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Kitty.
Hey, Kitty. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what that was.
Kitty's popular in a lot of westerns too.
Yeah.
My grandma watched a bunch of western shows, and there was always some bitch named Kitty. I mean, some wench named Kitty.
I'm not sure if we should swear or not. I've refrained, but I also have let some slip.
Well, once we start getting ad revenue, then we'll
worry about it.
Yeah.
When that happens.
Of course.
If it happens. Not if. When.
When.
Sponsor us, Poppy. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be sick. Free Poppy for life. Anyways.
It's my Roman Empire. Kitty Menendez and Jose Menendez were shot and killed in their Beverly Hills home while they were in their TV room, living room, watching TV, of course.
Entertainment room.
Yeah, whatever they would call it. It had like a fancy name, and I just didn't write it down. But they were watching TV.
Okay.
Jose was shot a total of 6 times. The fatal shot being to like the back of his head, kinda.
Generally.
Not kinda, that was.
I said that generally kills you.
Yeah. And then Kitty was shot 10 times.
Dang, they hated Kitty.
They really did not like Kitty. And so that would appear. Question.
Who was shot first? Like, they heard 6 shots and the mom was like, what's going on? Like, she waited for all 6 gunshots or what?
Well, they were awake. They were both shot like simultaneously.
Okay.
I'll get there.
There's two brothers. So
I thought it was one dude.
alert.
I thought it was one motherfucker. Excuse me.
Yes, it was.
I thought it was one at a time, where it was like 6 and then 10. Yeah. I imagine like 10 shots in the mom and the dad's like, hello.
I'm pretty sure the dad did die first.
Oh, okay.
Kitty fell off the couch and was crawling away, and they shot her again to make sure she died in the cheek.
Yeah.
It was like the final blow.
When police showed up, they heard her gasp out one last time, "Those damn Menendez brothers," and that's how they got him, right?
No.
Oh.
No. They were long gone before.
Okay. Well, explain to me how it happened.
Okay, I'll get there.
Yes. Lock it in.
Their son Lyle Menendez, who was 21, called 911 telling the operator, "Someone killed my parents!" And claimed that they had come home, discovered their bodies. They told police that they thought the murder was like business related and like perhaps linked to the mafia. Because the mafia is very brutal and they would totally do something.
That sounds mafia-esque.
I mean, it's not a bad excuse, like idea.
No, this is real. Yeah, no, that probably happened.
That probably, that happened.
Yeah,
So that's what they tell police, and police are like, oh, okay, sure. Police officers and forensic staff who worked the crime scene described it as the most brutal one that they've ever encountered. Noting blood and brain matter splattered throughout the room, which is really cool. In the months after the killings, this is where the brothers start making some questionable decisions.
Okay.
They spent $700,000 in like a matter of months, which made police suspicious. They were like, they're spending a lot of money.
Yeah.
What does this mean? And so that's when they started looking at them, and they thought if they did kill them, it would be a financial motive.
Chris,
Yeah.
look something up for me. Is the Menendez brothers the people that are on like that basketball card? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Not even a little
I
bit.
think, okay, so you know how they went on a spending spree?
Yes.
There is like a I don't know if it's like Michael Jordan or something like that.
Pablo Menendez basketball card.
Yeah.
Pablo?
No. There's a basketball card that exists, and it's like of a player like running and like shooting the ball or something like that.
Oh, and the brothers are in the background.
And the brothers are in the background on their like spending spree, like in like I think
That's probably it.
I think that's what it is. Anyways, look that up for me.
We'll put it right here.
Yeah, this is the basketball card right here.
So that happened. I think I found it. Oh, I want to see. We'll take a pause.
Is it those two right there?
Oh, yeah, that's
Yep.
totally... I don't know if that's one, but that definitely looks like one.
Yeah, I think that's gotta be them.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Interesting.
well,
I know
that's
about the
super funny, though.
I know about the Menendez brothers.
I've seen them on a basketball card.
Would you like me to save that?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay.
Save it.
I lost my place. They spent $700,000. Craig Signarelli, high school friend of Eric, the other brother who was 18 at the time, reported, Craig, the friend, reported to police that Eric confessed to him that they killed them, and that Eric had previously written a screenplay titled Friends that depicted a son killing his wealthy parents for their inheritance. So not looking good for them, right?
I mean, you never know.
They spent tons of money, and then they find out, oh, he wrote a play, basically, with what happened.
Wow, what happened?
What happened was, police also heard that Lyle, the other brother, the 21-year-old, destroyed a potential new will on a family computer that may have left less than they actually got from their parents. Because, like, the brothers were not the best behaved children.
Right.
And so Jose, like, threatened them, saying, like, you're out of the well, and blah.
And after the son said, I'm gonna kill you.
I mean, I don't think they ever said that to Jose, but, like...
You never know.
So, they feared that the new will was the one that they were written out of, so allegedly he destroyed that one.
Of course.
Eventually, Eric confessed to his psychologist, Jeremy Oziel, who then told his mistress, Judalon Smith. And that's how the police found out. She went to the police after the psychologist and her broke up. So, like, he was having an affair with her, and he was like, I gotta tell you this thing, Judalon.
Judalon, I've had this, like, on my mind for a long time.
And, like, what happened was, like, these two boys, like, they murdered their parents. Which, I mean, was true.
Right.
And so then, shortly after that, Lyle was arrested in March 1990, which is, like, almost a year later.
I mean, they had a good run.
Yeah. And Eric turned himself in 3 days after that.
Okay, well,
So,
well, you know.
Then we'll talk a little bit about their trial.
Okay.
During the trial, the brothers stated that they killed their parents not because they wanted their money, but because they feared for their lives after experiencing a lifetime of abuse at the hands of their parents.
Is there proof of this?
Other than, like, hearsay and one witness, no.
I know that hearsay does not stand up in the court of law.
Right. So they had accused their father of sexually assaulting both of the brothers, as well as Grape.
Grape? They got graped.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
they did.
That's not good.
I don't know how we want to censor things, so you know. They also said Kitty was aware of all that was happening, and she encouraged her husband's behavior, which is also very not cool.
Generally, no.
Mm-hmm. They also said she was mentally unstable and an alcoholic and a drug addict.
They worked in the record industry. I'd believe it.
Yeah. So, and like, some people argue that like Kitty didn't do anything, but they also shot her like 10 times. It's like more than the father. So it's like, I don't know.
Maybe she was a fighter. Like, they needed 10 times to get the job done.
I mean, she was crawling away, and that's why they shot her more. But, like, she was gonna die. I mean, for how, I think they waited, like, 2 hours till they called the police.
Okay.
So she would have died anyway.
Okay. Pro tip, if somebody is ever shooting you because they want to kill you, don't, like, try and get away. Just, like...
Play dead!
Play dead!
Play dead, Kitty!
Bruh, if Kitty...
What were you doing?
Yeah! Rookie mistake.
Also...
Next time she gets shot, she shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Next time.
Yeah.
I've also heard that, like... I don't know if you're familiar with the one musician, Selena, that got shot. Maybe we'll cover that a different day.
Gomez.
No, not Selena Gomez.
Anyways.
I don't know her last name, actually. But anyway, she was shot, and she, like, ran away. And they say that, like, if she hadn't run away, because, like, adrenaline makes your blood pump faster, that, like, made her bleed out quicker.
Right.
So, like, if you just don't move...
Yeah.
You have a better chance of surviving because you're not moving, so blood just stays there.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, your heart's pumping less.
Right.
Less blood moving.
Pro tip, if you ever get shot, don't move.
Don't move.
Selena Quintanilla? Was that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one.
It said she was shot by the president of her fan club.
Yes. We might have to cover that.
That's another episode.
It's pretty crazy. I'm surprised you've never heard of it. You're not a true crime junkie like I.
Apparently I'm becoming one, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you one. So, yeah, so he's sexually assaulted them many a times. More so with the younger brother, Eric. For whatever reason, it stopped at a fairly young age with the older brother.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was mainly just because, like, the younger brother was younger, and that's probably just what he preferred, because he was a pedophile. If what they say is true.
If we believe these brothers that shot their parents.
Right. I mean, if you watch, because, like, in the trial they talk about it, so you can watch all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was also, like, Court TV, I think that's what it was called, was a thing, a brand new thing, and so there were cameras in the courtroom and everything, the media was there.
Wait, they had TV in the 1990s?
Yeah, can you believe that?
What?
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
So, but it was like a new show, and so they were, like, one of the very first involved in that show,
Right.
if I remember correctly. I didn't write that down in here, so it could be a slightly off. But
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. The first trial resulted in mistrial, unfortunately, and after the second trial, the brothers were convicted of 2 counts of first-degree murder with special circumstances for lying in wait, as well as conspiracy to murder, and they were sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
But I know that's not true because they've been in the news again recently.
That's where my article comes in. Okay, so that's... I'm not gonna fall this time.
Good luck.
That's where my article comes in, because
That
they've been
laptop holds
receiving...
like a tablet if you desire.
What? Wait,
Yeah,
does that mean it's touchscreen?
Yes, it is a touchscreen.
Teach
Sorry,
me.
I'm cutting in.
That's okay.
So if you desire.
I don't want to break it. Oh! Okay,
Yes,
I
it's
wouldn't have
tablet.
broke it, because that's what I was gonna do.
Okay.
This is epic!
You're welcome.
Wait.
It makes me feel so official.
Technology
F the paper. Next time we're just using your shit.
The
If
tablet
I hit the keyboard, is it gonna fuck?
No, it detects that you're in tablet mode, so the keyboard shouldn't do anything.
Bro, who
Just
can
be, just be wary of the power button.
Technology. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Dell sponsor me anyway.
Yeah. Period.
Poppy and Dell.
The Inspiron 2-in-1.
Yeah.
That's what that's called. Anyway.
I love it. Might need one. I don't have money for that.
So fair best.
Gotta buy my Switch.
Yeah.
I'm getting Switch.
I'm so proud of you. What are you getting? What kind of games?
For
recommend-
sure Mario Kart.
I'll say I would recommend
Fortnite.
I would recommend Stardew Valley. It's $15. It's off-brand. And
Starting what?
Stardew Valley.
Oh.
You like make a farm?
It slaps.
Okay.
I will say, okay,
Side note.
side note, I looked it up, or I saw an article today. Those prices that you see on the Switches right now, that's like already the Black Friday deals.
No.
So $300 is like where it's gonna be. But
How do you know for sure?
Is this the new Switch that's coming out?
No,
No,
I'm buying
it's-
the old one. Like, I'm not gonna buy the brand new one.
but it's $300 for the Switch plus Mario Kart 8.
Is that the download version or the hard copy?
That's a great question. It might be download version.
Because I feel like if I'm gonna play anything, well, I guess no, I might play that mostly on my TV with like people.
Yeah. Well, download it just means it's on the Switch at all times.
Yeah.
But
So-
like, don't you need Wi-Fi to have if it's a download?
No, if it's a download, like
Oh.
it stays on. Like it's got like an SD card inside the Switch.
The
and-
only reason you would need Wi-Fi is if you were playing online versus local communication.
So like that'd be fine.
So if you're
Okay.
playing with the boys on the couch, yeah. But the cartridge is so if somebody else doesn't have the game, you just pop the cartridge in to their Switch.
Huh.
But if it's downloaded on your Switch, it will
It's just
remain
there.
there indefinitely. Yeah.
Do you want
Does
me-
that take up
Space.
extra storage then?
Yes, it does take up storage, but you can also like archive it.
Oh, so that like you can if you needed to
It frees
download
up
something.
space. Yeah. But there's a lot of space on the Switch in the first place. So.
Okay, so like if I had Fortnite and then that.
You'd be
Oh,
so
you'd be
fun. You'd be
fine.
so
You
fun.
should see how
'Cause
many
those
games
are-
are on mine.
Okay. So maybe that's what I do then.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The Menendez.
Anyways, Menendez brothers.
Yes. Okay. So recently,
Yes.
there was a Netflix series drama made upon this case, situation, story, whatever.
Right.
As well as many documentaries coming out, and they've done a few. Like I feel like I've seen them on every single like streaming platform. Someone has some sort of documentary on them now
Right.
that they've done recently. They also have been talking to the press via in jail. No,
No,
from
from
in jail.
jail.
I was trying to be smart. Didn't work out.
Via phone, I would bet.
Yes, that's yeah.
Bro,
via,
okay. These guys have been in jail since 1990 or 91. Either way, I was gonna say they don't
their
even.
trial was like 3 years after it happened.
So they've been in jail since the early mid 90s.
So like 30 years.
They don't even know what a smartphone is.
Mm-mm.
They don't even know about 9/11.
They might know about
They
that.
might know about 9/11.
They
I wonder
probably
what all they're
haven't-
given in prison because like they have to have computers.
They're certainly given recreation such as like TV and stuff, but I don't think they're given phones for obvious reasons. I don't think they're allowed to. I don't think they're allowed to browse through TikTok.
No, they're also like both
but
married.
They probably know.
They're married in jail.
Like they got married in jail. Isn't that whack? I don't understand.
Like,
well, you're living your life there, I suppose.
Right, but like to be the person on the outside, like.
Wait, are they married to an inmate within the facility?
I don't believe so. I'm
How
pretty
does that
sure.
work?
Yeah, how does that work?
That's what I'm saying. That's like a Gypsy Rose situation where like she was married while she was in prison and then.
I mean, they might have like, you know, like,
got married while she was in prison, I should say.
Yeah, they might have like, you know, like prison husbands. You know what I mean? Like someone to keep the bed warm. But
I mean,
didn't Ted Bundy get married while he was in prison as well?
Yeah. So
anyways.
It's not unheard of. A lot of like celebrities and people on social media, TikTok, whatever, have after watching it, being like they deserve like an appeal or to have parole, whatever it may be. And so that's kind of what this article is about, like what's happening now.
Yes.
So Los Angeles. This was October 24th, 2024. This is by, I believe, the Associated Press. Nope, NBC. I lied. This is NBC by Phil Helzel and Antonio Planis.
Shout out.
Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gascon, I think.
Gascon.
Said Thursday he will seek resentencing for Lyle and Eric Menendez in their parents' murders, paving the way for their potential release from prison after decades. Gascon filed a motion later Thursday asking that they be resentenced to 50 years to life. Currently, the brothers are sentenced to life in prison without possibility of parole, and a Superior Court judge is going to make the ultimate decision. Gascon said because the men were younger than 26 when they killed their parents, they would be eligible for parole immediately if a judge follows his resentencing recommendation. No hearing date had been set as of Thursday night. Obviously, this was posted a little while ago. The brothers fatally shot their parents, and they were 21 and 18 years old at the time. Defense attorneys for the brothers argued they were sexually abused by their father, and after 2 trials, they were convicted of murder, sentenced to life. We know this. There are people in the district attorney's office that strongly believe that the Menendez brothers should stay in prison for the rest of their lives, and they don't believe that they were molested. And there are people in the office that strongly believe that they should be released immediately and that they were in fact molested. So there's believers and non-believers.
Now, call me weird. I fall into neither camp.
Okay.
I believe they were molested.
I do too.
I also believe they don't deserve to get out of jail.
Yeah. Because, like...
Cool motive, still murder.
Yeah.
You still did that shit.
You still killed your parents.
Like...
In a very gruesome way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Kitty was crawling away and you said...
Unload, bitch!
Like... What?
No.
Oh, okay. The DA's announcement comes 3 weeks after Gascon said his office was reviewing the case and would consider whether they should be resentenced. This guy's also seeking re-election, so I'm assuming that's why we haven't really had an update.
I see.
So
where are we at now with this trial?
Yeah, I'm trying to skip forward to that. They basically have argued in a motion to seek resentencing and that the brothers no longer pose a public safety risk. Trying to remember. I wish I would have highlighted.
Right.
One other thing I wanted to note, Lyle is now 56 and Eric is now 53. So they've been in there
quite a bit.
While.
Quite a bit. See, I feel like you can not pose a threat to society, but still not deserve to be out of jail. Now also, this gets into a whole other topic of is the prison system humanitarian, XYZ? I don't think that these guys should be, swinging pickaxes or building the railroads or anything like that. But I don't know, like, your actions have consequences.
Right. But is 30 years enough?
I don't
know.
Like, send them to, like, one of those, like, Norwegian prisons, you know?
Yeah.
Where they get, like, craft day and they have a cat and, yeah.
Well, and, like, I don't not believe them because I've watched the tapes of, like, the actual trial and, I mean, if they were faking, they deserve, like, an Oscar because...
Only they lived in Hollywood, right?
I mean, they did. So who knows what kind of shit.
Alright. So, but where are we at now?
Basically...
Did they get their appeal, or...
One second. I'm pretty sure...
I thought they weren't granted the appeal.
I'm pretty sure... I guess when I did this, there could be an update. But I'm pretty sure all that's happened is the DA has said, hey, we would like to make a motion to resentence. And when I had read this, they hadn't made a decision.
They hadn't made a decision. So that's where we're at with the Menendez brothers.
Yes. And so then I thought we would just discuss
the case.
What we think.
I mean, that's where I'm at. I think that these guys should probably still... I believe them. They've probably been molested. Knowing nothing about this case,
right?
I would believe that they probably were molested.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that means that they just deserve to get out of jail,
right?
For killing people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Especially your parents. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I know that they abused them for so long.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, it would be worse if they just killed random people, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. But like, there's obviously like a deeper connection, and
it shows that like they are willing to do something to people that they know well, right? Like you could have a relationship with they could have a relationship with somebody and seem like normal people and still kill them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the Menendez brothers.
Well,
it's not everything. Like, and they did some weird stuff. Like in the... Oh, we have a question from our producer.
Oh no, I have information.
She's got info.
On November 25th, there will be a petition hearing where new evidence will be presented to bolster Eric's claim of being a victim of sexual abuse by his father. With that hearing, the judge could reverse the convictions and reopen the proceedings. A second hearing is scheduled for December 11th. At that hearing, Los Angeles District Attorney George Gascon seeks the sentencing of the Menendez brothers. You also reduced their sentence to 50 years to life, we know this. The brothers would need to go before the parole board that only grants 35% of the request for release. All matters are expected to be resolved by Christmas.
Okay.
So
that'd be a nice Christmas present.
Yeah. But again, they have been very good in jail, based on other articles I read.
Yeah.
Like, they both went to college while in jail and, like, have done well. Like, they're not getting into stuff.
Right.
Not being troublemakers in jail, which is good.
They're not turning spoons into shanks.
Right.
Right.
So, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like,
they might be smuggling that Como air though.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, they got the Como air up their asshole.
Como air. So, I don't know.
Well, I
it's
guess
like I have a lot of sympathy for what happened to them, but at the same time, it's like, you killed your parents with shotguns.
Yeah. No.
That's like the word. I mean,
shotgun shells. 10 shotgun shells to their mother is wild.
That's
like
wild.
That's why it was so bloody and
disgusting,
gory, because they used a very destructive weapon.
Yes.
So.
Well, on that note, thank you for tuning in to the first episode of the Journalish Podcast.
Woo! We did it!
We made it. Oh yeah. I was busy. Yeah.
You're too busy celebrating.
Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I'm hoping to do this more often.
I'm excited to do this more often. We have some ideas.
I've got some things cooking.
So,
Poppy, reach out to us about that sponsorship.
Poppy, I love you if you're watching.
Please. Please, Poppy.
They said, we have no idea who you are.
We'll come up with like a slogan or something for next time. And, or something.
Keep it journalish.
Keep it journalish.
That's like fetch. Like, when we get happen.